And
are these mostly audio only, or you'll just let
us
know?
These are all going to be audio only. And first up,
nose picking is fine.
Feel free to do you. We have Edward with the first question.
Lucky me.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi,
Oh wait, Edward Pagan or Gross?
Edward Pagan.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's me.
Shut up, Edward.
I will.
Guys, how's it going? Big fans, obviously, but you know, we're going to go right into it. So you guys are both no strangers to voice acting, in the whole industry and all that kind of stuff. But you know, voicing so many different characters, what really drew you guys to voice Invincible? A general question. I guess both of you guys can go.
I mean, for me, I didn't really think too much about the character per se, probably because I liked the character, so I didn't examine that as much. But it's Robert, and I loved Invincible, and I read the comic a long time ago, and it's so fun and so fresh, and kind of what we all, I think a lot of comic book fans wished a lot of our favorite comic books were. And so to be able to like make something like that and be at a time when something like that can be animated in America and like actually put out there, totally down. So it literally took me like 2 seconds. He was like, "Do you want to do this?" I was like, "Yeah."
That's awesome.
It took me like 3 seconds because I didn't have a connection with Robert or a knowledge really of. I mean, I knew of Invincible, but I wasn't really familiar with that universe. But once I read the first script they sent me and saw how just how grounded the relationships were and the characters, you know, you know, and they already had, you know, Steven was already on board and Sandra, I think, and you know, they were putting a great cast together. So yeah, it was definitely something I was anxious to be a part of.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Tony.
Hi, gentlemen. What I really like is this is the father and son aspect of this, and going through the teaching moments a little bit. For both of you, talk about playing that aspect of it. We've never seen a father and son superhero tandem before.
That was another big part of the draw for me personally. Of course, I am a father and a son, so those kinds of heartstrings are, you know, easily pulled on me. And the relationship, all the relationships, you know, really, you know, both with, in my case, with Nolan's wife and son primarily are just, you know, such well thought out, well drawn relationships that was a big part of the draw, and especially with Mark being at the age he is, that real, you know, coming of age is such a crucial time in all of our lives that a guy my age can look back on, you know, as his own kids are going through it. So it was very close to home in a way for me.
Yeah, I echo those same sentiments. I mean, I think the most fun for me was knowing that, you know, one, I get to work with JK, who's incredible and I look up to so much as an actor. And so like doing those, just working together, obviously I don't want to spoil anything, but like in the times that we got to do things in the booth, that was really, I had a great time. It felt as close to live action as you can get without being live action. And that was really fulfilling.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and that was unusual in this case too, that we got to work together, Steve and I and Sandra, a few times, which was a nice perk.
Awesome. Love the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eamon.
So obviously big fan of you both. But JK, I think it's fair to say that there's another side to Omni-Man. I just kind of want to know if that's one of the reasons you came aboard, and like how did you bring those sort of microaggressions to your performance? Because there is a scene that completely took me by surprise. Thank you very much.
Well, I am always the anti-spoiler police. So there is, as there is in any father-son relationship, especially as the son is coming of age, there's sort of inevitable conflict. And as Roberts, will continue to reveal, and, as hardcore fans of Invincible already know, there's a lot that lurks beneath the surface for Nolan / Omni-Man, but really for all the characters. So that's as vague and as veiled as I'm going to be.
Thank you very much.
Therese?
Hi. So my question is for Steven. I'm really curious about Mark's relationship with Debbie, voiced by Sandra Oh. I think he sort of hero worships his father, but his mother seems to be doing a lot more of the parenting. Can you talk a little bit about if you talked with Sandra about that at all, or if it was mostly in the script? Also, I loved you in Minari. I saw it last year at Sundance. So just wanted to say that.
So yeah. You know what I think? I think it's in the script in so much as that I think Robert paints and wrote, and the crew wrote something objectively kind of real. And so you can pull kind of an understanding of like the awareness of dynamics. And I think that's exactly right. Like oftentimes, we're talking about a traditional home where there's expectations and roles. And I'm glad that Sandra's playing Debbie, because she gets to hold the gravitas of someone that's upholding the virtue of the family that sometimes goes unseen. So everything that you're noticing, I think, is real and right. And we didn't necessarily talk together. I didn't talk to Sandra about it, but you don't need to, because she's badass and she's gonna do it right. So it was really cool.
Thank you.
Ed Gross?
Me. Just curious, guys, who you view these people as, each of your characters, how you sort of describe them for yourself, who they are as people, and both separately and together. I wonder what that, how they are with separately and how they are together, and how you view that.
I think with Mark, it can be difficult. I think the road that he's on is a very lonely path. To kind of be ordained as exceptional by the standards of like the world that he lives in is a large weight and burden to kind of carry, that I think he's warring with, but also trying to embrace at the same time. And I think the journey that he's on is just trying to understand that and understand what that means for him. And I think, to have a direct connection with his father in that way, where the dynamic can play out in like a internal personal way where they both know the feeling of it, but the outside world doesn't know the feeling of it, and he has to still participate in the outside world in that way. I relate to it personally as someone just kind of straddling a lot of in between spaces. And I think Mark's coming of age is also mired in like a deep isolation at times. And so, all that stuff is kind of built in.
Yeah, I think Nolan carries a burden as well, which is a really interesting part of who he is and who he continues to be sort of revealed to be. One of the aspects that appealed to me was that I think most of us feel some sort of inner Jekyll and Hyde sometimes, or the different extremes of our inner selves, and that was one of the aspects of Nolan that I found fascinating, and especially again in his relationship with Mark.
Thank you.
And last question, Mr. Chambers.
I know JK doesn't like spoilers, but I have to say, I'm just going to put this out there. It is a pleasure to speak to 2 Academy Award winners. And Steven, you're getting ready to make history. I'm putting that energy out there right now.
Thanks.
you two are two of the hardest working people all in the business, and I know you all take no days off. So I kind of want to know, what were you doing when, and what were you doing when you were brought on board for this project, and were you working simultaneously on other projects while you were voicing this?
Yeah, I think I'm one of the sort of easy aspect of doing animated work, just in terms of logistics, is that you can juggle. You can say, well, no, I'm not available tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, I got 3 hours in the afternoon, and you can do this while you're in the middle of some other animated projects or some live action projects, and that certainly is just a kind of a lifestyle convenience that again, as a dad, which Steve now is too, it's nice to be able to say, well, no, that's I pick up the kids from school at this time, so let's see if we can make that work. But obviously, more importantly, creatively, you want to be involved in something, whether it's on camera or in a recording booth that's you find stimulating and intelligent and fun to do. So that was the main thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that is the beauty of voice work. You can fit it in between and kind of like jump back and forth in mindset. I think when we started it, I was about to go shoot Minari, which is out now, and then this other film called The Humans after that. But then COVID happened, and I had it's been nice to kind of just take a step back and let these things kind of breathe and come out. So I don't know if I can answer your question fully, because like I haven't processed the year that we've all collectively experienced.
I don't blame you.
But I'll come back to it.
Well, congratulations in advance, and thank you so much both for your work on this project.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. That's a wrap for this roundtable. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so much, guys. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Take care, y'all.
JK and Steven, I'm going to be moving you to the next one. I'll be joining you right after. I'll throw you to the wolves just for a few seconds, so to speak.
Cool.
Cool.